picked the wrong week and quit sniffing glue.
Well, good morning. It's been a while. It's Friday. It's the last work day of the week, but I haven't done any work all week, so you take that for what you want. It is the week after Wonderfest, and that's always a time of, you know, taking it easy, kind of reassessing, putting stuff away, mentally filing everything that you've seen and trying to get some plans for the year ahead. But here's, I thought I'd take this minute to give you my impressions. No, I don't do impressions. I'm a doctor. Sorry, bad airplane joke. To tell you kind of what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. Now, first of all, I highly recommend, if you don't have either Spruverse or World of Wayne YouTube channels bookmarked, go do that now. I'll wait. And then, you know, come back and we'll talk some more, because without knowledge of those two fine gentlemen, the rest of this isn't going to make any sense at all. But here's the deal. Wayne Green and his lovely wife, Esther, came across the pond to go to Wonderfest. And they were being shepherded around by the equally lovely Phil Siegel and his lovely wife. And they, first of all, came to the house here. Well, not first of all. First of all, they, you know, squired them around Washington, D.C. But on the trip to Wonderfest, they came to my humble abode. And that's on both of their channels. Both of them have videos. I did not shoot any video of that event. I depended on them to do it. And what they came out with is pretty fair. It's a pretty fair representation, you know. I would have liked to have had, you know, a little bit less dust visible, but that's on me. That's not on them. So Wayne and that entourage, they were here for Tuesday. I'm trying to recount this Tuesday night. That's when they came into town. And a lot of this talk is going to be food centric, so please don't pay any attention or get used to that idea. So, you know, took them to the local cuisine. We had some barbecue. And then showed them around the cave, showed them around the man cave, and then they left, came back the next day, spent a little bit more time. We talked about the upcoming time machine build and all of the intricacies that are going to be involved with that. And then we all went our different ways so that we could convene again back at Wonderfest. I tell you, it was a lovely trip. None of the traffic problems, none of the weather problems that plagued me last year. So it was about as flawless a trip as you can have. Got to Wonderfest. Got there Thursday. Thursday we met up with them again, and we went to a place called the Old Spaghetti Factory. And I have a picture of the group there, and Paul Paragraphics was able to join us there. And so you'll see, and I introduced Wayne, and I think Phil, if I'm not mistaken, but I introduced Wayne to the concept of the Long Island iced tea. So we had a few iced teas, and that was a real fun evening, and continued our chatting. Thursday, and this is where the break is, because normally when I go to Wonderfest, I go two places. I go to the, you know, I'm either in the hallway or I'm in the Cult Suite, Steve Cult TV Man Iverson's suite of rooms where everybody gathers and gabs, and it's always a good time. But I always find myself kind of limiting myself to those couple of places. And this year, thanks to Phil, thanks to Wayne, it got me out of my, and thanks to Phil's wife, more importantly, because she did all of the planning and making reservations and things like that. I got out of my shell a little bit, and we went to some places, and I'm going to put some pictures into those places. Went to Churchill Downs, and I'd been to Wonderfest 15, 16 times. I still never been to, you know, to Churchill Downs, any of the sightseeing around Louisville. So we did that on Friday morning, And then we went to something I had never experienced before, which was an actual bourbon tasting. We went to this bourbon establishment, largest in the United States as far as shipping. And we had, a good old bourbon tasting, pinky up and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is way above my cultural level. I have no shame in saying that. So, I'm pretending to act like I'm talking, like what I know what I'm talking about and all this kind of stuff. And I found it very interesting, very fascinating. But again, a glimpse into a culture I had no foothold in. So that was an interesting bit of expansion. And that's why you're not going to see a lot of pictures. I have some pictures of the video coming up of entries into the contest, but there are many, many more qualified photographers and videographers out there who in the past week, both on Facebook and on YouTube, have put out shots of the model entries. And, God bless them, because that's work I don't have to do. I took pictures of my stuff, and I think that's, it's vanity, but it's also natural. You want to see how your stuff looks compared to other stuff. And so I took pictures of my stuff. And I took pictures of other people's stuff that I thought was particularly noteworthy. It was all good. I mean, and once I saw the quality of other people's Facebook posts and YouTube videos, I realized I didn't need to reinvent the wheel. Please do a search, Wonderfest 2022, and you will find all of those great entries. I'm happy to say that I snagged a gold this year. That's something, a rarity for me. Travel Pod got a gold. Got a gold, 3 silvers, and a bronze, and 2 attaboys. And that's good. I mean, that's fine. If you're trophy counting, if you're not taking it for the love of just taking it, showing it off, I hate to say, but your mind is not in the right place. They did the thing this year again, which they did last year, I guess as a stopgap to COVID. I'm not sure that I like it, but a better idea is not anything I have, as far as how you picked up your trophies and how you picked up your entries and that sort of stuff. Because it's always a mad dash on Sunday afternoon to pull your entries out of the contest room and then go get your trophy, go get your awards. There seemed to be a lot of duplication of effort. I think they could streamline that. But again, unless I'm willing to take it on, I'm going to sit down and shut up. But it was a good show, very good show. And the fact that I got out of the building, I got out of the hotel for some of it was a good thing. So on the video, you're going to come up, see, I'm putting all this at the front of the video. So you're going to see some candid snapshots, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So at the end of the snapshots, I'm going to put a couple videos in, and one of them is a roundup of my entries and the awards that they won, and then secondly the booty. What you come back with, the stuff that I bought and came back with. And then maybe some final words after that.
I could be on the birthday.
That's a
Yeah.
You're the witness.
There you go.
You know, she's already got the house put back there. About 5 minutes after y'all were
How's he gonna do it?
Do not look at me. I am not programmed to become a trophy.
No, really. Thank you. 2 days, 2 days after my. Oh, I remember when I was 61.
I know it.
I remember it seems like.
It's always enjoyable coming down here.
It is. I was at
You have missed the important.
We'll see what happens.
That happens when you're old. Oh!
You know how you do it? I would just want to slide the balls on the
These are good. Oh man! Thank you. Oh wow!
You are a man. I have a man. Others have had life different. We have a great deal in common.
Nobody else has done again in Lost in Space. I was part of the Chariot crew and the Jupiter experience.
There you go.
I was the first one to put before Irwin Allen. Bill
You know, today I'm going to walk.
We have first rider for all of the space. Right. Everybody else in there, so we're going to take what we need right to the rest of it. So I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's better to take it in sequences.
I don't want to do what they do.
Yeah, they when they gone back, I had like three kids. I had bought. It was I don't even remember what they were. They were aircraft. I got a few numbers. Typical then there's like there's aircraft.
And most of it,
Yeah. Absolutely spread the word. I know the person like that.
and that's the kind of stuff.
You're the other name?
You have Facebook group?
Yes. So I just gave up. So there is the old one there, and I'm hoping we just got all the trademarks, officially registered and transferred to Ireland.
Yeah, pretty good that one.
Doubt I can do everything, but I'm going to go through.
Okay, here's a bit of B-roll of the entries and their subsequent awards. We'll start down here on this end and work our way to the other. This is the Han on Tauntaun. It won a bronze. This is the Iwana Starship. It won a silver. This is the Pride and Joy. This is the Travel Pod. It won a gold. Very happy with this. Very happy with the nice gold. And this is something I do for myself every year. Not because I have any great amounts of ego, but because I have failing memories. And that is, I will make vinyl and I will stick it on the actual award to tell me what year and what category the award was for. Not that I have so many awards, but you know what I mean. But it's just easier that way. Now, I don't fault Wonderfest because what they did is they bought a bunch of awards in bulk that say gold and silver on them, and they have the bronze medals. But what happens is, because they don't know how many gold awards they're giving out in any given year, so it doesn't make any sense to have them engraved with vehicle 2022 and then get stuck with 100 of them if they don't give out any awards. So they bought them in bulk and had gold and silver already done on them. It's up here in the W. But that way I can keep them straight. But that's the gold award for the travel pod. Silver award for the spinner. And you can see the lights are going if you remember that. And my bigger surprise was the silver award for Frankenstein Jr. for the superhero category. So that is where he will sit from now on. He will get a prominent place in the display. The other two kits that I took, the Groovy Ghoulies and the Kodan ship, both got merit awards, but that means, they have to go back to the shelf and think about what they've done and how they can get better. So that's just a quickie roll of what, and of course you can go back and check the builds videos for any of these to see them in more elaborate detail if they strike your fancy, but I thought I would show you the results. Okay, we're going to start with these. This was the very first thing I was wanting to pick up this year's Wonderfest. When the bell went off at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, I made a beeline to the Blackheart table to pick these up. And I was already in the room because I had a dealer badge, which meant I could go anywhere. Anyway, so I made a beeline to George's booth at Blackheart and plunked down my good Quatloos for these. I gotta tell you, these are absolutely beautiful. The likenesses on these are tremendous. More so than the actual Trek actors, I will tell you. I mean, this is a good Chekhov. Not a great Walter Koenig, but it's a good Chekhov. And of course, the disfigured Pike that all the cool kids will be making. But and I'm toying with the idea of lighting up that light because it's just so iconic. But these creature likenesses are stunning. So that was the first thing I ran to. Then I ran around, and once I had those in the bag, so to speak, I did pick up my requisite number of Wonderfest t-shirts and things like that, because you got to have a t-shirt every year, and you'll be seeing those in future videos. The second kit I picked up was from, you may know him as the man who sold me the replacement parts for my big Enterprise E. But what this is the Classics Illustrated version of the Martian tripod. This is going to be a fun build, a quick build. There's some cleanup here, but all the parts I have, all I need is in here. That's going to be a quick one week build. I also got some autographs. That's the other thing you go to Wonderfest for. And let me pull out some stuff that I got autographed. It's kind of big, so I'll have to pull back. But I start with the one, the only, get the glare off of it, John Eves. He was selling these prints of the new Stargazer. He had several other prints he had there, but I really wanted to get a close-up look at his latest high-profile creation. But there's that. Author named Dwayne Todd was also there, and I got him to, or asked him very nicely to sign this book about Buckaroo Banzai. Now, I actually had ordered this through Amazon weeks ago and had been enjoying it at home, but did not know he was going to be at Wonderfest. So that was quite the nice idea. But I got a nice signature from him. A heck of a nice guy that he took the time to talk to you. It wasn't one of these assembly line things. He would sit down, he would answer questions. It was a lot of fun. And then, of course, I always pick up a calendar from Ron. I am pleased to be able to say, yeah, that's Ron. It's not Ron Gross, that's just Ron, because I've known him for years. But he has come out with a book on Lost in Space. Obviously, it's a pet subject of his. So, like I say, every year I get the calendar. Tell me that wasn't inspired by the Keeper. Go ahead, I dare you. But this year he was announcing this book, so I got him to sign my book. I'll be perusing through that at a great at my leisure, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of new info in there. And of course, the big draw for the show was Nick Meyer, and I had a couple of things from some friends of mine that couldn't make it to the show, but wanted me to get Nick Meyer to sign for them. So happily indulged them on that. Let's see what. Oh, yes, there was one last kit, and I will tell you before I bring it out. I'll let you concentrate on these for a while I talk. I have a philosophy when it comes to things at Wonderfest, and that is, if I really am supposed to have it, it will stay there. I look at kits, and they're on the expensive kits particularly, they're on the shelf, and I'll look at it and I go, yeah. Some things I'll grab right away, case in point, but some things I'm thinking of, and I'll have to ponder it. Now, I have learned my lesson from many times where if you don't see it, if you don't grab it the first time you see it, chances are it's going to sell out, and you'll end up being sorry. And that does happen. It does happen on wildly popular new items, but this was an older item. It was so old it was rare again, and it was one of those things where it's a little bit more than I was planning on spending, but we'll see. So I asked them to take the box down so I could look at the model and check the parts and make sure everything was there. And it was complete. Not the original box art, but the model was complete. So I put it back on the shelf, pondered it for a while, and talked to some other people about it, checked it online, see what the availability of it. No, it's rare, and yeah, that was a pretty good price. And seen a couple other people pawing over it. You know who you are, Rob. And so I said, okay. Well, then I came back a little bit later, and it looked like it was sold. So okay, the universe did not want me to have it. Okay, I've made my peace with it. What else is new? And so I went back Sunday, and there, son of a gun, the box was sitting there again. So I had to jump on it. So here it is, and it will be a build. I'm trying to reach behind me cleverly while I'm doing this. I'm trying to reach behind me, and it's not going well. So it'll be a build in the upcoming months. Stay. Don't you slide. And here it is. Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang. Chitty bang bang. The old Aurora kit. This is the original Aurora kit. It is... I'm trying not to bend those prints. It is complete in a box. I've blanked out the price just so you don't think the worst of me. But when you open it up, the whole kit is in there. So I am going to be building this on the site on my channel. I'm going to be first thing I'm going to do is probably strip all the chrome and repaint it. But I'm going to be working on this in the coming months, in between other projects, and that's what I came back with, and I hope you enjoyed it. And that's the show. Sorry, what a break! See, I'm recording this at the same time, fooling nobody. And that's the show that was. Again, the trip back. Beautiful, flawless, no weather problems, no traffic problems, and it's taken me about a week to process everything and to sit down and figure out what's next, get re-energized, because as I've said, the Wonderfest is kind of like here on the modeling year, then everything it's like a roller coaster. I'm going chug up to the top, and now I'm getting ready to go down the big dive and do the rest of the circuit on the roller coaster until next year. So trying to decide what my projects are going to be. I've got more than enough kits laid out in front of me, plus ones I've ordered from Steve that I didn't pick up from him because he had. I helped Steve set up his booth, also helped him tear it down. I have to admit that on the tear down Sunday night, I tweaked my lower back, which is never a good thing, so I was not able to enjoy the banquet as much as I would have liked to. I had to leave early from that because my back was just acting up, and applied liberal amounts of alcohol, and that seemed to help. But that once I found a comfortable position, I could drive in Monday. I just spent the whole day driving back Monday, and actually the back felt better by the time I got out because I was resting it in one position. So that was Monday. Tuesday, unpacking. Wednesday, cleaning and doing all that kind of stuff, and trying to assess where I was. And Thursday and today, it's getting ready for next year. So I hope you enjoyed this little side trip into Wonderfest 2022. Join me again next year. I'm sure it'll be even more fun. And next week we will be back to regular modeling. I don't know what the schedule is going to be on the time machine. I'm tempted to tear into it. I think next week we're going to do meet the parts, and I might start some basic construction on the parts that have nothing to do with the mechanism. I might build the chair next week, amongst other things. I want to keep those videos kind of clean and separate from anything else I do. So if I'm working on something else, I might have to pull that off into its own video. So until next time, y'all be good to each other, be safe, be smart, build a model, and we'll see you next time.